Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are looking at writing the Eurostar, I've got the video for you today. I'm sharing with you all the different classes. There's 3 different ones: standard, premier, and business. We wrote in all 3 of them, so you don't have to. So stay tuned. I'm going to share all 3 of them with you, tell you what the benefits are of each one of them, and show you what our ride was like. So if you're traveling in and around Europe, chances are you will end up traveling to and from London and Paris at some point in your travels. And your best option to travel between these 2 destinations is the Eurostar train, which is also known as the Channel train. So there are 3 levels of C classes on the Eurostar: the standard premier, and the business premier. It can be a little bit confusing as to what you get with each seat option, so we're going to break it down for you and show you each one individually. So first, let's start out with standard. Now, this is going to be your cheapest option. It's the most popular fare that Eurostar offers for obvious reasons. You can still bring your larger luggage with you and store them on the luggage racks, as well as your carry-on size bags that can be stored under the seat in front of you or in the overhead shelf. The standard ticket can be exchanged up to 7 days prior to departure for an additional fee. Now, you do have access to Café Metropole, which is the cafe car, while you're on board as well. You can go down and purchase meals and snacks and drinks and things like that. There are different seating arrangements in this carriage. So it just kind of depends on which carriage or, train car you have, but you can get side-by-side seats facing the direction of travel, side-by-side seats facing away from the direction of travel, and also they do have tables for 4 where you have 2 facing direction of travel and 2 facing away from direction of travel. So those are good arrangements there. Gives you quite a few options to pick one that best suits you and your travel party. Now, the standard carriages can be very full. As we mentioned earlier, it is the most popular because it is the least expensive. So let's move on to standard premier. Now, it can cost up to double and sometimes more than a standard seat ticket. It just depends on when you book. Obviously, booking further out from your travel date is going to be the least expensive option for you. Now, in standard premier, you do get a little bit more room, leg room and seat room as well. The seats are a little bit more spacious. You can still store your luggage on the luggage racks, and you still do have the overhead shelf space to store items as well as under the seat in front of you. The carriages for the standard premier are also smart equipped carriages, and you can also change your ticket up to 7 days before departure. Just like the standard, there is also an additional fee. The fee is a little bit more than when you change it with the standard. So you will still be paying an additional fee to change your ticket if you like. Now, something you do get also with standard premier that you do not get with standard is you do get a complimentary light meal, and that is served at your seat. They do have the menu for this. It does change from time to time. You can check out the menu on the Eurostar website. Now let's talk about business premier. So this is going to be your most expensive option. And as you might imagine, it does come with some perks that may or may not make it worth it. Depends on what you're looking for. It is the most flexible and accommodating ticket that you can get on Eurostar. You can get also access to the exclusive lounge, which provides light snacks and drinks before your departure in the station. You do get a boarding guarantee as well, and you can check in with as little as 10 minutes to spare before departure. The seats are a little bit more spacious as well, similar to the ones in the standard Premier. but there is more room in the carriage overall, as the seat arrangement is a little bit different than in Standard Premier. There is one less seat on each aisle across. So you do have a little different configuration and options for seating arrangements in the Business Premier carriage. There are no additional fees for changes or cancellation of your Business Premier ticket. So that is a pretty great perk, as well as getting a complimentary 3-course meal of your choice, with champagne or wine served in your seat. The menu is designed by a legendary Michelin-starred chef, so you know that that is going to be good. You do also have space, plenty of space, to store your luggage, as well as overhead space to store your carry-ons. So we have traveled on the Eurostar in each of these classes, and there are pros and cons to each one. We'll tell you which is our favorite in just a moment. So let's talk about those. In Standard Class, we do know that it is the cheapest fare. So if budget is a concern, this is going to be your very best option. However, if you have the need to change your ticket or something comes up, you are going to have to pay that additional fee. You don't get the complimentary food or drinks with your standard tickets. And then also, standard tickets do sell out fast, so you do need to book these early. And remember that the earlier you book, the cheaper your tickets will be. So there are, you see those pros and cons there of your options for your standard fare. Now, the Standard Premier is a good way to go if you're looking to, if you have a little bit more to spend, because you do get that light complimentary meal. You do get a little bit more leg room and a little bit more space in the carriage as well. Won't be quite as full as the standard. Also, it's going to be a little bit quieter in there too. Now, you do still have to pay that fee, which is a con against the Standard Premier, in order to change a ticket. So you can still change it up to 7 days, but you do have to pay a fee in order to do that. Now, if you do book early enough, you can get a really good rate for the Standard Premier. And so let's talk about the pros and cons then of the Business Premier. This is a good option if you're looking to treat yourself. The carriages are going to be very quiet. They're not going to be anywhere near as full as the other two seating arrangements or seating classes. You do get the complimentary 3-course meal. So if you want a very, fairly large meal, that's going to be a good choice. There is a lot more room, as I mentioned, in these carriages, because the seat configuration is a little bit different than the others. And then you do get the access to the lounge prior to boarding, and they do provide you with light snacks and drinks in that lounge. Now, also, this ticket has the most flexible options. So if you choose to change the dates of your departure, there is no fee to make those changes or to even cancel your ticket altogether. Again, it is the most expensive of all 3 classes. It does have the most to offer. Now, as far as we mentioned, we had been in all 3 classes, and we have to say, for the money and for the length of this trip, our very best option, our best choice, would be the Standard Premier, because it is still somewhat cost effective if you book your ticket far enough in advance, and you do get that light meal, which is really just about all you need. You don't really need a 3-course meal on a trip of this length. You don't need quite that much food, and you do still get the extra leg room, and it is the nice newer carriages. So we think that for the money, Standard Premier is probably going to be your best option. Now, guys, be sure to check out our other Eurostar videos. We did do a video of our full experiences in each one of these classes when we wrote it. So make sure you guys check that out here on the channel. Do not forget to subscribe, give us a like, leave us any questions you have below. See you on the next one.